What's going on, Lorenzo Styles here, and today I'm going to show you how to basically, just like the basic things you need to change oil. First things first, you're going to need to know the year, make and model of your truck. Mine's a 1990 Toyota pickup, so I went ahead and bought, the oil filter it needs. Basically what you're going to need is an oil filter to replace your old one. Oil, I'm going with a synthetic blend 530. Anyways, you might need a funnel if you don't have the skills. Like if this is your first time, for sure you're gonna need a funnel, a bigger mouth than this one. This is just a basic funnel I got from the dollar store. I go through those like nothing. So an oil wrench, this is a device that clamps onto the oil filter. No matter how big it is, it just clamps on it. Then once it's clamped on, you get your good old wrench, put it in the off or off position, and you're gonna go ahead and get your 3/8 ratchet, put it in the little hole like that, push the button, and then you're gonna torque it down.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb, for real.
Oh shit, technical difficulties. Anyways, once you got it on there, you're just gonna loosen it. And this is if you're doing your first time, honestly most of the time it should be only hand tight. There's no need to torque it down like if it's a lug nut or anything special like that. It should be tight, but it shouldn't be shouldn't be super tight. That's what I'm saying. Some people use oil to lube up the O-ring around the what's like a little O-ring gasket thing around the oil filter. But when I interned at a shop, they would use a high temp, basically grease. You don't really need that much. You don't need this at all. You could use oil. I guess it would work the same way, but I just feel safer when I just use this. Just gotta lube it up. Pause on that. Pause though, no homo. So basically you just lube it up. Should be good. And then this where this comes in. A rag. You're always gonna need a rag. Like a throwaway rag, or you could have like a throwaway shirt like I got on. Just wipe it off your shirt. You're gonna throw it away at the end of the day anyways. And yeah. So I like to pre-lube it. Hold it in the box. And then you're gonna need a set of wrenches to loosen the drain plug from your oil pan. And if you have an automatic transmission, make sure you don't take the drain plug off of your transmission pan, training fluid pan or whatever. That kind of sucks, because then you're kind of fucked. It's a lot of fluid, and I'll just show you right now when I'm under. But I usually use a 14 because I already know my truck. I like these, ratcheting wrenches. They're pretty cool. Ratcheting wrenches, they're like a man's, like a grown man's fidget, These are Husky, nothing special, no snap on here, not yet. But I picked this up for like 20 bucks. You could even go cheaper. You could go to Harbor Freight and pick up a set for like $9. But yeah, pretty much this is Valvoline synthetic blend grease. Anyways, let's get to it. As you can see right there, there's my oil filter. And I had already loosened it. It's pretty much hand tight. Like I said, I usually do mine all hand tight. They're never gonna, how would I do this? They're never gonna come off on the street or anything. Just hand tighten it. It's already kind of been draining. So I'm gonna go ahead and, another thing is always have a catch can to catch your oil. You don't want to just throw it into the ground, because that wouldn't be environmentally safe, and it's not good for the earth. So make sure to recycle your oil. Make sure to give it to AutoZone or O'Reilly's or whoever's closest to you. So yeah, give me 1 second now. So I can get that filter, and I'll be back. So now that I got the oil filter and the rag, now it's time to put it in the truck. Also, one thing I forgot. Oh, look, I put the old one out, the new one in. tan tight. One thing I forgot to mention, remember that gasket I showed you? Well, always make sure the gasket's still, the old gasket's still on the oil filter, because sometimes it gets so hot and people forget to lubricate it up there that this little piece will come off of the oil filter and it will get stuck to the engine, like to your block or the oil filter housing or whatever you would like to call it, but it gets stuck. So what you're gonna want to do is make sure it's not there. And too bad you really can't see it that much, but it's not. It's on the old oil filter. Got my 14 right there. I'm about to move back to the oil pan. But anyways, right there is the oil pan. It's usually the color black. And this is your transmission. Where this right here is your transmission bolt. You don't want to take that one out. If you have 4x4, you're gonna have a transfer case. Don't take this one off either. Either here, tranny fluid. It smells like garbage. You don't want to take that out. So I went ahead and loosened it up. Go ahead, finish loosening it, and then if you're a pro, you don't get your hands dirty like this. I am obviously not a pro because I got my hands a little dirty, so it's dripping into the oil pan. Sorry if the camera's crooked or shaking. I'm in a weird position, so yeah, pretty much that's the dirty oil. And there's a little O-ring that goes with your nut, little washer thing. Keep that, or unless you have to replace it, you know. But other than that, yeah. Alright you guys, something I honestly forgot to say, if you don't have a fucking lifted 4x4, you will need some jack stands and a jack. Shit, I'll make another video on how to jack up a car correctly and which points you want to look for and how to, you know, secure you're not gonna get crushed. But pretty much this is just how to change oil and how to jack up your car video. So I'm gonna put my oil inside of my engine. You usually look for a cap. This one doesn't say because it's so old it rubbed off, but it usually says 530 or 540 or engine oil, you know. It's basically, it should be always on top of your valve cover, but pretty much, yeah. And I'm gonna go ahead and put some of this oil in here. I would show you like a money shot, like you pouring in the oil, but I don't have my tripod is broken. So if you could please understand, thank you very much. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you really, you know, I know you might not like this video, but they'll get better. And if you support the channel, motherfucker. Alright you guys, now that my dogs are settled down and now turned up, you're gonna want to check your oil, you know, fuck, what's the name of it? You're gonna want to check your oil. There's a little stick right here, a little dipstick. Focus on it. There's a dipstick, that little yellow dipstick right there is for oil. The other one's for my transmission. You check the transmission one while the car's running, but I went ahead and checked the oil. I already put in the oil. You can see the funnel's a little used, but I went ahead and checked it and I'm pretty much on the dot, on the money. But pretty much you're gonna want to check it, and I'm gonna turn over the car for 5 minutes. No, not 5 minutes, like 10 seconds, then I'm gonna turn it off. So yeah, there's my oil container. So I'm gonna take that to like O'Reilly's or anywhere that takes recycled oil. And if you're not sure, if you're not confident on how to do this, or you're scared, because trust me, everybody's, you know, scared to try to do something new. But pretty much have somebody that's like mechanically inclined come and help you, you know, come and watch you, you know, somebody you trust. Oh yeah, this is why it's called the Ricer truck, because I got the Ricer S set up. I want to get rid of this mass, because mass airflow, that shit's pretty whack. That shit kind of makes my car run like junk. My engine is rebuilt. It kind of looks like crap, and it will sound like crap because, you know, people who rebuilt it, they didn't do that good of a job on it. So oh yes, just got my keys, and now time for the piece of El Resistance. Now I usually let that, you know, sit, you know, make, if it goes down a little, that's what I like to see. Or I usually count to like 10, 1, you know, and 10. So pretty much Alright, just let that, and then I turn it off. Pull the key out. I live in the ghetto, so I'm just gonna drop it right there. And then you come back and check your oil. Really can't see it, but it's right on the money. So thank you guys. I feel like an asshole. Hold on. We're not finishing this shit off right. Damn, my camera really doesn't want to fucking focus. You know what? You guys are gonna have to take my word for it. She's pretty much cherry. Everything's good. When I'm under here, when I'm under the hood, I like to check for like little things like preventative maintenance. Check your, you know, your belts and make sure these are all plugged in correctly. They ain't wiggle out, because I do go off-roading, but for most common vehicles, you probably don't. Check your power steering fluid. Oh yeah, and you will get dirty, so go ahead and pick up one of those Fast Orange little cleaners. It's not sponsored. I usually like that shit. Excuse my language. I like that. It cleans your hands pretty nice. Has them feeling nice and moist after. Pretty much, yeah. And more videos coming soon. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. If you can support my channel, go ahead and subscribe and like this video. And comment on how I can improve and what's the next mod I should do. But I already have one mod coming. I'm gonna go ahead and change the steering wheel because it's from the 90s and it's pretty nasty, and all I got is cruise control. These other buttons don't work, and the cruise control doesn't even work either. It turns on cruise control, but I really don't get any better MPGs or anything else. But the steering wheel is pretty much crap. It's fucking ugly, and I bought an NRG steering wheel and a short hub, so you know the racer in me is gonna go ahead and swap it out. If you want to see that video, it should be here. I just started it today, so it should be here like in 2 weeks. So in 3 weeks, I'll go ahead and put up the video. Please subscribe. I do have a 240 back there. I don't know if you can see that piece of junk. I got parts on the way for that shit too. Well, pretty much, yeah. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Bye. Anyways, just in case I didn't tell you guys, this right here is my 1990 Toyota pickup. Had Starbucks earlier. You already know the deal. Fire, passion tea, and lemonade. But anyway, they have a light bar, little moonroof going on, extended cab, little all-terrain tires. They're 31s, they're not that big. And the stock rims, the SR5 rims, I just painted them black. Stock tin, I'm gonna get these 5% all around. Got a little toolbox, it's pretty much empty. It's for sale, 70 bucks, brand new cobalt toolbox. But yeah, right there is where I had an engine. I'm kind of fucking this shit up, but it's okay, I guess. I got an in-dash Clarion radio. And yeah, believe it or not, I work at Domino's and I deliver pizzas in this shit, and this shit is pretty reliable, but not on good on gas. So this right here is gonna be the racer truck build. It's right here. I'm gonna try to make this into a pre-runner, unaffordable. Yeah, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, you know.